Oh, this was a funny one. I want to watch this one. I wanted to watch this Deepwoken one. Recontour did a video on the what did he do a video? He did a video on the best Deepwoken builds of all time. The metas. I actually wanted to watch this because I saw a clip. We were talking about the 2 minute list and that shit was hilarious. Where is it?
Welcome back to another Reckful video, and in today's video I'll be covering the best builds in all of Deepwoken history and compiling them in the order of the eras in which they dominated. Make sure to subscribe since only about 20% of the people watching right now are currently subscribed. Now let's get into it.
Deepwoken release. Pale Morning Gale. This stupid build. I hated this build.
At the time, heavy weapons dominated.
Remember a release? This stupid build. Agamatsu, yup. Oh my fucking god.
Influence resulted in the most commonly used
dumb build, bro.
Original build. Pale Morning Gale Breath with Con.
Pale Morning Gale Breath. Remember, bro? He had the Pale Morning Gale Breath and he had the durag on.
The reason why this build was so popular,
I hated this dumb build.
High amounts of damage, and in conjunction with Gale Breath, allowed you to do a lot of high damaging combos. The Con Shield also made this build extremely effective.
Oh my god, this weapon is stupid. They would just bonk you and bonk you,
to block and make mistakes.
And you can't run from it because they're wind.
Gems were also commonly used on every mantra. 30% on mantras like Astral Wind and Gale Shot with a multiplying spark put on it to make the Gale Shot go. As a whole, Gale was super oppressive and really good at this time, and the Pale Morning and Con Shield were also really strong, which is why I wonder if he's gonna talk about the Deepwoken tournament one with the stupid ice. The Pale Morning heavy weapon was nerfed a few
Dark Steel Great Sword at 2 minutes.
First of all, the new meta was Great Sword, which is still heavy.
Yeah, it was still heavy. It was still heavy. I remember this. Heavy was meta for so long. Heavy was meta for so long on launch.
Was the talent Destructive Recovery. Now reworked Destructive
Oh my god. Destructive Recovery
would make it so pairing someone who is near max posture would guard break.
Yeah, it's so brain dead. We said that. I don't remember who made that shit. It was either Fino or K1 or something. Who made this stupid talent? We were saying this shit is not okay. We got ignored.
At the time, Pressure Blast was unblockable.
Pressure Blast is stupid.
And it was a multi-hit attack that would essentially result in free combos for the aggressor. A common build.
I'm about to turn this video off. This video makes me angry to watch. These metas was stupid. These were the stupidest builds.
And then some people would even go with an offhand gun using
and then
light, and then the rest
during this as well, the Shatter Katana.
That way you would have a lot of
Royal Pathfinder Shatter Katana.
This build was extremely oppressive with the offhand gun to pressure.
I mean, heavy was still meta, but like
and Destructive Recovery, which could essentially be used to get free damage. And honestly, I think this is the best Deepwoken build of all time back when it was in its prime.
Shatter Katana.
With Dark Steel Greatsword and Pressure.
Remember the gifts? The Royal Pathfinder Shatter Katana gifts?
The new meta popularized by Lord Sendo was the Azure Flame Shattered Katana build. With blunt weapons falling out of the meta, people began being able to actually fight the Primadon.
I don't know if it was Sendo that made it popular, but
with Flame
all I remember was Shatter Katana Royal Pathfinder, bro. That shit was ridiculous.
Azure Flames quickly became meta, resulting in tons
Shatter Katana got reworked? Why?
Gale Breath also fell out of the meta
what happened?
Due to constant nerfs to its mantras and the interactions it had with sparks and gems, making it extremely hard to use effectively in this era. This is also actually where the community meme of nerf Gale buff flame charm started, because that's essentially what they did for the meta to shift into
nerf Gale buff flame charm. Yeah, let's get it.
Began to become more prominent.
We love fire.
Because at the time it gave you triple damage, but punished you with 10% health drain on miss. But if you don't miss, then you just have triple damage, which meant a lot of players would play extremely slow to get the maximum effectiveness with that triple damage.
Some of those enchants were crazy, bro.
After most of the enchants got heavy nerfs, the new meta was obfuscation, because it made your swing speed insanely fast, which resulted in a lot of Shatter.
I remember people were using that crap with heavy. Obfuscation with heavy was so annoying.
The black market scene of Deepwoken started to really flourish.
Oh, black market. I was in HP, duped HP kits and ground gear. I remember the infinite HP builds. I remember that's why the tournament had to have a cap on health. The first tournament had to have a cap of what was the cap? 450. I think the cap was 450 health because bro, matches would have lasted forever. Like, and the matches already did last forever because of ice. The stupid iceberg move.
HP celestial demon mask, 16 to 21 health earrings, 30 health scars,
30.
and 40 plus HP coats like Pathfinder, with the highest one I've ever seen without an enchant being about 52 HP as well.
Damn!
These coats had decent health, according to the people back then.
Decent? That's a lot!
HP kit had completely health spec
decent?
gear, meaning the demon mask had 120.
100? What the fuck? Okay.
Terrible amounts of health.
Okay, I didn't know they was moving like this.
Time averaged over 1,100 health, and then Archmage and Raguzer had to step in and nerf them.
Health average? What the fuck were y'all playing? I didn't know about this. What game was y'all playing? I wasn't playing the same game. Clearly.
Allowing you to equip more than one enchant of
1,000 health is OD.
More than one drown piece of gear.
I wasn't playing the same game or something.
These nerfs just kept going because HP was super oppressive and made fights really.
That's because a bunch of stupid talents had health on them.
Removed health and enchants.
Like I remember that one talent where you unsheath your sword silently had like 10 health or 5 health on it for no reason.
Around 550.
I'm surprised. Wait, I'm surprised he didn't talk about Exoskeleton, or maybe he's gonna get there.
In February of 2022, the Trial of One was released. The addition of the Chime of Conflict, along
with
this,
the Exoskeleton meta was so stupid, bro.
For versatile builds,
I don't know what, like, I don't know. How do you defend getting hit 25 times? How is that balanced? You get to get hit 25. He's definitely gonna get there, bro. I remember I was complaining about that shit, and then because I remember I was doing a solo progression. And when it was the what solo progression was it? It was PvP only solo progression. I was doing that, and then after that, while I was doing that, every Chime match I did in the solo progression PvP only, because I couldn't keep my power. What was the max power back then? Like 50 or something, or 60. When I was level 20, because you have to be like 20 or something, or 15 or something to be able to enter Chimes. Every single person I fought that was a freshie had Exoskeleton. I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? Every single person was using Exo. And like, since you can take 25 hits, you didn't need armor. It was so stupid. Like, how is that balanced? Like, you have to hit them 25 times before they go down. And then they would say it's balanced because of multi-hits. Bro, not every move in the game is a multi-hit. And not every element has like a crazy multi-hitting move. It was so stupid. I don't know how you defend getting hit 25 times. You don't need to get hit 25 times in a game.
Very few people, as it is now overshadowed by way of Neve. However, it was
that stuff was so stupid. The forgotten talent now. I mean, it's reworked completely. It doesn't do that anymore.
A lot of people would try and parry it, miss, block.
Even during Wave 0, I said that shit is broken. That's not okay.
Combo extension. This was abused even more with the elasticity enchant, which would
remember like what was that
all the Legion Kata.
What was that one talent? All the Drowned Gods. It was that one, and there was ever changing Aegis, and there was what was the one where like it would make the enemy not able to use monsters or something? It was something wind. No, it wasn't suffocating wind. It was some stupid wind talent to make it so that you can't use monsters or something. Suffocation. I don't know. That stuff was so annoying. World Without Song. Thank you. That's what it was. That talent was stupid as hell too. Suffocation was stupid too, but like World Without Song was annoying. It was I can't remember what it did. It did something stupid. Like it would make it so that you can't use monsters or something. I don't remember. It was something really stupid though. In a skill spammy game like this, you couldn't use monsters. It was so dumb.
Grab would no longer bypass block because that makes sense.
Unless you were a Tumulus, of course.
Shifted the meta.
But like if you're not in a Tumulus, oh, Heavy's return. Crit blade.
Heavy was officially back in the meta.
That's a suffocation effect. Nah, which one was the World Without Song one?
Weapon which did massive amounts of damage.
Because I remember it was only a wind that was able to use it.
Shadow was also really good.
I forgot what it did, but it was really stupid.
Massive mantras starting to come in, such as the massive Shadow Gun. Anyway,
massive Shadow Gun
of the Crit Blade.
Oh, y'all should have seen Shadow Gun during Wave 0. Shadow Gun during Wave 0, it was normal. Like that being that gigantic was normal.
Playstyle among people with it.
My boy flashbacking, bruh. He just
powerful at this time. In the Chime of Conflict,
bro, you can just guess who made Shadow Gun.
And immediately equipping it.
That stupid monster, bro. Yes, it was normal during Wave 0. That Shadow Gun being that big, it was big and was fast. That shit got nerfed like a gajillion times. Yes, it was Sarah Metroletta. It was literally just normal. That shit being that massive was normal. It wasn't like comically it basically was.
Meta was the first meta shift caused not due to nerfs, but due to previous metas. The talent Return to the Dark Ages was extremely popular due to the decrease in elemental damage
Return to Dark Ages,
and it also decreased the elemental damage you did by 50%. However, by using
doesn't matter, just use a 2-min list. Yeah, just using the 2-min list. You didn't,
since you don't use elemental damage. Medium builds with no attunement
were
extremely common as they countered Crit Blade builds almost.
I wouldn't even say just medium builds. I would say every build, every element or weapon.
They were used to outspeed the Crit Blade players, meaning this dominated the meta entirely, making the Crit Blade way less of a problem for most of the player base.
Everyone was using that thing. Comically large era, the Agamotto videos.
Was not fun. This was a meta consisting
was not fun.
And unpatched modifiers, allowing monsters to do insane feats. The original planetary burning servants, the intergalactic ash slam that was the entire size of the Chime of Conflict,
Jesus Christ,
and the 70% HP lightning stream are all results of this meta. Technically, it's not really a meta, but it was used to abuse people.
These are just bugs, really.
It lasted, and it was quite entertaining.
Because you gotta keep in mind, Deepwoken back then was it was supposed to be a thing where like you had to use materials. How it worked back then, remember, you had to like get materials and you have to like put the materials on the crafting table to upgrade your skills. And like that's how you'd also craft skills and stuff. There was no card rolling back then. So like that's why this shit probably happened. You still do? No, but back then there was no card rolling. You had to like learn a recipe for a skill. Like there was like tornado core, carved core. They were all cores. You have to like do like a mission and get a core, and the core is like the element or like the thingy. Like if you wanted a astral, you needed astral core, and like you need to get the core, and after you got the core, you had to get the modifiers that you wanted to make and put on the thing. So if you wanted to be larger, you needed cloud stones and stuff. That's how it was back then. And also like let's say you wanted to make like a a lightning projectile ball move. You had to get like a magnet spark, and what was the ball core? I don't know what the ball core was called. It was something core, and then like you had to get a magnet spark, get the ball core, and then if you wanted the ball to be larger, you put cloud sparks on it. If you wanted it to be faster, I think you had to put drift. If you wanted it to do more damage, you had to do you had to put some driftwood or something. I don't remember what it was, but like if you wanted to make it like a magnet spark, like the little projectile that just tracks onto enemies, you have to like just get the materials. That's how the cores worked back then. There was no card rolling. That's what Deepwoken was like at the launch.
As a whole during this era,
so what most people did was that they'd go lightning. Well, you couldn't go element. You just make element.
Supa also began to.
You just get a lightning spark and you just kept throwing it at your enemy. Your enemy couldn't run.
Exploit bugs in Chime.
It was godlike
because they were funny.
Light's Final Toll. I don't know. This I wasn't playing.
Final Toll is a legendary weapon, which was not legendary on release, allowing enchants to be used on it. However, this
he missed the exoskeleton meta.
Talking about extensively. The introduction.
Oh wait, is this an order of?
Brought Fist back into the meta completely. However, not.
I think this is an order.
Meta. Way of Neve became the new meta, as its critical hit is always a guaranteed block break, and the weird animation of the Light's Final Toll made it extremely hard to fight against when the weapon.
I fucking hate this weapon because I don't know how to parry it.
The most common build is actually a build I still have and commonly use in my video thumbnails and in game, which was Blind Seer, Azure Flame, Light's Final Toll. This was the meta as the
I hate fighting Light's Final Toll. Is this the fist weapon? The lantern fisting? That thing was annoying because it's so hard to see the animations. At least on launch. I don't know if they made it more clear, but it was so annoying.
Making this a super good build with a lot of capability to get strong talents, as your entire kit basically revolves around.
It is? Oh god.
Allowing you to spec more points into other.
Like I was fighting it. My first time fight, I was like, "What am I fighting? Is this fist or what is this?"
Somewhat common.
And then my friend was like, "No, the lantern is the weapon." I'm like, "What?" Star Kindred Flame builds.
With the release of Verse 2 and new Oaths,
I remember this.
weapons,
I used this build. This build was lit.
The meta. First of all, Dagger Star Kindred Flame and Railblade Star Kindred were extremely.
I love Railblade.
Railblade was soon nerfed, however.
Railblade is godlike, dude.
High damage.
I fucking love Railblade. My Star Kindred Railblade build. Oh my god.
Heavy players can never.
I love that build.
Otherwise, it gets nerfed. Dawnwalker also came out.
Nah, that's biased though. Heavy was strong all of the start of the game.
Dagger Star Kindred builds on top with their high damage, speed, and
nah, Heavy was strong as hell at the entire start of the game.
Versatility in Chime of Conflict and even large-scale ganks. Because of course it is. Because Heavy players can never.
Heavy was meta for literally the entirety of the start of the game.
Dawnwalker also came out at this time, and although it is good, it's never exactly been meta. It's always been viable in the meta, but it never dominated. The
I love Star Kindred with Railblade.
You could say that Dawnwalker was just a bit.
But I don't even know if Railblade is even good anymore. They probably gutted that weapon. That weapon was lit.
Soon after, along with a new
the movement with that weapon just felt so good.
To this day, Eclipse Kick
getting
is
on
one
power,
of the highest damaging mantras in the game with a large windup. With Equalizer being a very powerful counter, and with players not entirely understanding the vent system yet, Contractor Shadow builds became super dominant.
Contractor Shadow builds.
Eclipse Kick being super prominent mantras for a while.
Oh, isn't Contractor the little
still part of the meta as
tether thing?
Today, but it was overshadowed by some of the builds which were stronger at the time because getting hit with an Equalizer into a.
I wanted to make a. If I ever came back to Deep, I wanted to make a What is the Tumulus Oath? Where like is it an oath or is it a thingy? I forgot what it's called. I was gonna make. Yeah, I was gonna go Silent Heart Railblade. That's what I wanted to make. But I don't even know if that's good.
To be very
trash
because it was so dumb.
That's what I wanted to do, but I never did it.
Grand Sudaruska was meta for 2 weeks before it got.
I fucking love Railblade,
bro. Yes, I'm mad about this.
Screw that weapon, bro. I forgot about this stupid weapon, bro.
Because it was so dumb.
Bro, Grand Sudaruska was stupid, bro. No, it's not. It's not that. It wasn't crystal. It was the weapon. The weapon was stupid.
Yes, I'm mad about
this. It's the thing that makes it so it rains the ice down, right? Wait, what the hell? Damn, he switched. Wow.
Yes, I'm mad about this, and yes, I still have my Grand Sudaruska build.
Weapon was dumb. I hated that weapon.
Was hugely unexpected by the community.
Iron Sing
on a random weekly after being teased a little bit, and really didn't have any sort of designated release confirmed.
Nah, I didn't try this.
As a huge surprise.
I tried it in tester, but I never like played it in the actual game.
Immediately meta for at least 2 weeks, and it had tons of nerfs to bring it to the point where it is now.
Yo, it had a cool move where like I don't know if that move is still there, but like it has a cool move where like when you swing, it would like put like a metal arm behind you and swing with you. That shit was dope.
Even now,
it was broken though, but
broken.
It was
metal
dope.
Armament double swing.
Damn, what is that move?
And metal ball procking knockdown for almost.
Ornament, yeah, that move was godlike.
A free combo tool. Even after it was nerfed, it still
probably got nerfed though. I think if you parry the ornament,
because you can trap people.
Parries you now though.
And Needle Barrage does just a lot of damage, and it still does. Iron Sing is still used in the meta today. All the achievements are except for.
We're getting to the MIG. Silent Heart release, ankle cutter spam.
Silent Heart release was one of the biggest changes to the meta ever. Immediately, 2 things happened. One,
everyone went to Tumulus again.
Discovered glitches to use mantras as a Silent Heart build. And 2,
how? Wait, what? Mantras with Silent Heart? What?
Supa discovered glitches to use mantras as a Silent Heart build.
What? That is a crazy oversight.
And 2, it dominated the Chime of Conflict with ankle cutter and uppercut spam. The current most common build for Silent Heart is Silent Heart Rifle, and some people even use obfuscation on that rifle to make it more.
What is that move right there? What is that?
Mix of combos. But Silent Heart is extremely strong and always has been. And I would just like to talk about how I don't like Silent Heart as a concept because I just think it's kind of poorly done. What I really wanted.
It does kind of defeat the purpose of the game, being Deepwoken with songs and stuff.
That domain, nobody uses mantras. Not you, not your enemy, and it's just a 50-50 fight, parry trading only. And honestly, I think that would still be kind of fun. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that because a lot of people really like mantras.
I mean, I guess, but like
the M1F
I feel like a 2-minless build would just destroy mantra builds in a situation like that.
Fun, in my opinion, and I just
but I mean that's the counter pick. That's the matchup.
Someone spamming mantras anytime I open Chime.
The modern era, today's meta.
Today, the Deepwoken meta is actually in a state where lots of builds can flourish. From Crit
it's healthy.
builds to Fist Flame builds and Gale Breath Curve builds. Honestly, there's a lot of extremely viable builds now, and the meta isn't defined by just 1 or 2 builds with any variation being not.
Nice, that's good. That's healthy for the game.
Ever been in terms
he missed a lot of stuff though. He missed Exoskeleton. He missed the Iceberg meta.
Flame,
and
Rightful Silent Heart, Light's
which
Final
enchant
Tall
was it?
Flame, and of course,
I don't remember which enchant it was.
To be the most fun. While certain builds have dominated Chime and Overworld at different times, the best build should always be whatever you have fun with. In the end, it's just a game, and having fun is the most important part. And for those of you asking what the best PvP builds in Deepwoken history are, I'm not gonna lie, if you need a PvE build for anything but Hell Mode, you just have a skill issue and you need to learn to parry. Because realistically, you shouldn't need a specialized build to do PvE, since you should know how to fight the monsters in this game. If you enjoyed this video,
yeah, if you do play Deep, you should. Good thing I don't.
I love you all, and goodbye, and have a great day.
My Black Flame build only has 560 HP? That's low? Bro, none of my builds have over 500. Like, what? That's low? Are you serious?